is a fantastically different style from the project.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously enjoyed working on the project and that was something completely different. But this one's just been, it's something that I wanted to do a while ago. I've not done many portraits of young people, so I thought, why not? And I've just done two, you know, in the last, this was just the first one after the, you know, after the other drawings. She looks quite modern with her hair sort of punky at the top, spiky, yet she's got this long hair here, which is sort of like Rossetti type of pre-Raphaelite thing. So I'm going to do a painting from it, but I think it'll work better a painting, and I'll knock a lot of these days out. There's too many daisies here, it's too confusing.
Do you think you'll want to paint more than draw?
I have phases where I do a lot of drawing for 4 months, and then I'll do a painting more or less straight after this now. But that'll take about a month and a half, because I want to do it a bit bigger, and I want to cut out a lot of things, and I want to make sure I do a good job on this one.
How do you compare the drawing with the painting? Generally speaking.
They're entirely different, really. He draws very seriously, and a lot of the deep work is in the drawings. The paintings he does in a sense for fun, in a sense for relaxation.
Very unusual idea.
Yes.
With the house falling over.
Yes, the house is falling over, the trees are a bit odd. The green is odd, is not lifelike in one sense, but it's one that's not for sale because he likes it so much and everybody does. None of John's landscapes are just landscapes. They've got so much feeling. They've got so much, something special which John puts into them. And makes them paintings rather than just ordinary little landscapes.
I like painting landscape, I think, better than anything. I try to capture mood, and I try to capture mystery, and I try in some of the larger landscapes to capture what people have left in the landscape. So I am interested in people and landscape, but more their effect upon it. Yeah, so many different types of different scenes. I mean, it's totally different if you go into a woods and then you see the same view but from a different, say, setting or different angle. It looks totally different, and that's what most of my landscapes have been about, I think. In places like this, just actually so you can capture the foreground in and you've got the distance rolling away. I like a lot of Stanley Spencer's work. His work's excellent. He's done some super landscapes, and they're very intimate. They're not landscapes where everybody can say, ah, there's that pub and there's that road, and we went there, or they buy it because they recognise it.
This couldn't be further away, could it, from your nuclear project?
Well, this is it. I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to attempt it. Even though there are landscapes in that big, large drawing I've done on the nightmare aspect of nuclear war, there's still echoes in that of landscape. You don't have to worry about any messages or anything you're trying to say. If you're quite sincere while you're painting it, it comes through and it can capture the mood.
The first large painting that he ever did in watercolour, and he did that when he was 17 years old. Again, that's not for sale.
£5,000?
No.
£25,000?
No. No. And he would never sell this one here because it's important. The detail in that is absolutely incredible. There are bits in that you can't... It takes you hours to look at it. The landscape here just goes on and on and on and on.
I started it when I was just before my 15th birthday, when I was in Marple, 4th year, and ended it when I was 16, so it took me about 7 months. And you've got the hidden reptiles, so actually man cannot see him. All he's cared about is building, and it's going closer to the landscape. And there again, I drew an invisible triangle, which I've used in quite a few pictures. I did the 3 frogs, so I've related them, through that line. I work quite a lot. I look at a lot of the traditional paintings and see how their composition, some of the artists, how they've composed pictures. I've still got hell of a long way to go as far as trying different things out and improving on them. But they're a big influence as far as composition's concerned. Michelangelo, people like that.
Like all young artists, he influenced to a degree by age, and the old man is going back to earth, and the hair is a sort of living creature. But again, that's a wonderful drawing.
Out of the range of artists that you hold here at the Kimpton,
yes.
How do you compare John?
That's a difficult one, isn't it? We are quite convinced that John will make it and become famous. We're absolutely convinced about that. Some of the others may do. John will do.
How do you live when you're working for 3 months?
Well, quite from bit to bit, really, I suppose. I mean, it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
You draw the dough?
Yeah, yeah. Because, I mean, I can't, obviously, I don't know who's going to buy this, or if it's going to be for sale anyway. I don't want to sell it, I don't think.
We found a comedian recently who started out with a business enterprise allowance, which gave him 40 quid a week.
£40?
Yeah, because he registered as a business. Have you thought of doing something like that?
I've not really thought about it as a business like that, no. I don't know. Well, that'd be good, because then I wouldn't have to, obviously, be unemployed. Because in one sense, I'm trying to, there's no way that, I mean, I've got fed up sometimes, and for some weeks I've not drawn at all. Because, I mean, you don't seem to be getting anywhere, especially with, this type of work.
So what do you think you're going to set out to do in the next year, say?
I don't know. I don't know. It's quite a hard question, that. I find that, I suppose, maybe portraits, maybe a few things happier, maybe bigger paintings. So, I spend, say, 3 or 4 months on one, so I'll only get, say, 2 or 3 done a year. Maybe something like that.
Would you work to commission if people want you to work for them?
No,
You're not very enthusiastic?
Not really. It depends what they want. It depends. If they say to me, well, you can do what you want on it, basically. But I don't really...
So what the portrait painted?
I don't know. It depends what I'm doing. Yeah, I suppose so. It just depends what I'm doing at that time. If I'm working on something, obviously, I'll have to wait for a while.
So how do you plan to live over the next year?
I don't know. We'll see how I don't know. See how this exhibition goes. I should be doing more commissions. Well, not done any. Not done any at all. Not done any commissions, because I don't... I find it difficult painting to order. I get inspired. I want to actually paint a portrait, and then I get a bit fed up of portraits, so I go on to a landscape. But I like painting all my own, like things, what I'm interested in. So I suppose it's a bit selfish.
Stunning stuff. That's John Kimpton. By the way, if you're wondering, his cat is called Sooty, and John is one of the legion of talented people standing in the dole queue. Let us know if you could buy any of his work and turn him from unemployed or partly employed artist into really professional painter. And now it's time for an open line or two, and I was asking earlier if anybody had a radiogram or record player